everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hanging with Drummer Boy Jones on our Saturday morning conversation with the mighty Patrick. And Jason is still out in the wilderness up north. And so we've decided there are three albums from last week. Patrick picked the Misfits, Famous Monsters. Jason picked The Final Battle, Stryper. And I picked Marvelous Three's Ready, Sex, Go. How is everybody this week? Everybody have a good week?
I did have a good week, yes.
Great.
Yes.
Great. Mine
How
sucked.
about you, Jonesy? Did you have a good week?
It sucked. Work was awful, but yeah, it was good. It was a good week. So, recorded a few podcasts, and I think
love the GNR episode. That was good, and the one with your granddaughter was great too.
Yeah. So appreciate it. Thank you. Fryman is me and him is like I said, we've known each other since we was 5 years old, and he got me into a lot of this stuff. So it was fun for him to come over.
It was a good episode.
So it was fun. All right, guys. Well, let's get started. Let's see. I think I went first last week. So
let's start with Jason.
Let's go with Jason first.
All right. So what album are we going to start with?
Stryper.
Well, that's a laydown for me. Okay. So Stryper, The Final Battle, came out in 2022. I have been a Stryper fan for a long time, since, Stryper 1.0, as I refer to.
Can you recap how you did at Stryper trivia?
I did very poorly. And just we did some stuff before we hit record this morning. I cannot figure out. Patrick could give me the lyrics to Happy Birthday, and I couldn't tell him it was Happy Birthday. That's how bad I am at that. So I did not do very well, but I digress. You can watch it. It's bad. I will be coming for redemption at some point.
You will.
Anyway, Stryper, The Final Battle, another, post reunion, after their 25th anniversary in 2009, I think it was, they stayed together, and they've pretty much been on a 2-year clip for records. Every 2 years, a new record comes out with several different record companies. But this is just, now that we have social media and we understand how Michael Sweet works, he is an admitted ADHD guy that just work, right. And he's got it's either something with Tracy Guns or guitar playing for another thing, or Sweet Lynch or Stryper or solo or whatever. He's just couple of projects a year, just cranking them out. But that sometimes an artist can get real stale and a lot of filler and a lot of garbage. But the Stryper output, Hairband Basement played a tune off this album last night on his radio show, and he said perfectly, can we just all admit now that Stryper is just a straight up heavy metal band?
Yep.
And they sure are. 80s Stryper was, hair bandy just like everybody else in the genre we absolutely love. But now the Stryper 2.0 stuff, and even on this album too, it's straight up heavy metal, but the harmonies are still there.
Yep.
The Sweet and Oz Fox harmonies are still there. The guitar playing, now that we know it's mostly Michael Sweet that handles all those riffs, handles all the writing, everything is just second to none. This album is no different. The standout tracks for me, Transgressor, it got a video, super heavy. Rise to the Call is another one that I absolutely adore. See No Evil, Hear No Evil, and Same Old Story, great tune. But my favorite track off that album is Rise to the Call. And like I said, just another just exceptional Stryper record that, if you're a hardcore 1.0 fan and you want to stick with that, you might not like the new Stryper stuff.
Yep.
But please give it a chance. Please give it a chance. It is exceptional Christian heavy metal music. Great record for me. Love it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Discogs picked it for us, so I'm looking forward to hearing what the Colonel and Drummer Boy Jones says.
Go for it, Jonesy.
Well, I completely agree what Jason said. everybody said straight up heavy metal. I even wrote down in my notes that, Stryper has slowly become Judas Priest. So
Yes.
that's sort of,
Yes.
I love Stryper. I'm just like you. I loved them in the 80s. I loved them in the 90s. Or, one of my favorite Stryper records is Against the Law. I love that record. A lot of people don't like it, but I loved it. I thought it was great. One thing that was not mentioned, though, that I have to mention right off the bat is I love and have always loved Robert Sweet. Is a monster drummer, is unbelievably, he always plays sideways in live where you see what he's doing. And on this record, I don't know if he made it and I'm not have listened to the ones before. I've listened to a few. I think I've got Goddamn Devil. I've got a few more of the newer ones, but this one he made an effort of playing some massive double bass drums.
Yep.
Especially like you said, Transgressor. It opens up and you're just like, "Damn, is this Slayer?" And
right.
Robert is fantastic. I just wanted to throw that out there. The grooves he does. This was to me was either super heavy Judas Priest or it was super groovy. I don't want to say sleazy because it's Stryper, but you know what I'm saying. A very groove oriented. Michael can still sing his ass off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy can sing. I loved it. The ones that I mean, to me, I loved Heart and Soul stood out for me as one of the ones I really liked. The Ashes to Ashes, that double bass drum, same way at Transgressor, the double bass drums. Probably, if you're looking for the closest thing, I think would be near to classic Stryper, if you would, which I liked it too. So I don't think nothing jumps off as something super. How would I say this? Super catchy, far as that's going to be a hit.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, it's just a killer hard rock heavy metal record. I loved it. Absolutely. There was not a single song that I didn't go, yeah. I loved it.
Well, I'm glad you liked it, Jonesy. And I love what you said, that there's not like they're writing and playing now. They're not writing for radio and singles. It's just it's metal output is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've had, interviews where I've heard Michael say, Priest and all of that was what they grew up, was their influences. And
have you listened to the covers album they did?
No, I have not.
Oh, it's so good. They did all the cuts that they grew up on. So there's Priest in there, and my mind just went completely blank.
I don't know
they did a bizarre cover on it, and I'm trying to think of what it was too. They did one that was like, "What are they doing here?" But it worked.
Yeah,
they did like Priest, and they did Ozzy, and they did Over the Mountain, which was really good. And I just remember catching an interview where they asked Rob Halford when they were interviewing him. He's like, "Oh, I love that cover that Stryper did." Like he said, Michael really paid homage to the stuff that they grew up on. Oh yeah, they did a Kiss tune. They did Van Halen. It's really good. You should check it out.
Van Halen song is great.
I will.
Yeah. They don't
come back.
They didn't piss around like, putting it Stryperized or, when guys do cover albums and they do it our way. They just paid homage to the bands they love, and they really did some great covers on that.
I think because they are a Christian band and I think they try harder to be heavier.
I think so too.
Which is a good thing. Well, the first couple of records they put out after they got back together, I know, and I loved all of them. Like Reborn, I think, was one.
Mm-hmm.
Golly, I don't have a list of all of them in front, but yeah. And now they just keep churning them out. And like I said, Michael is in everything. I mean, he is always promoting, Tracy or George or, Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. I can't go wrong with Stryper in my book.
That a boy. All right, Iceman, lay it on us.
So, the hard thing for me is that I was a Stryper fan after they had broken up. So I got
Okay.
into them. Honestly, I got into them because, as we talked in a previous episode, I got into that Michael Sweet record. The
94?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
Okay.
like, well, shit, this stuff's gold. And then I got against the law because you could find that in any $2 tape bin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't like the cover of whatever the first single was there. What was it? Shining Star.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
I was like,
man, what a
what the hell is
mistake.
this? But I loved Lady and I liked Against the Law, and I thought there were a lot of great songs on that record. But I always would go back to that Michael Sweet 94 record and just be like, man, like this record is smokes. And then I went out and I bought Real, which was very different, but I love the song Real. I was like, holy shit.
Mhm.
And I'm not, not a super religious person, but I was like, damn, this song is just so fucking good.
Yeah.
And he put out like a solo record, No 2, I think, and like with Lift My Head, which was a great song. And then this, Stryper gets back together. They put out Reborn, and I was like, it just didn't do much for me. So, this record was kind of it's like when Blabbermouth will put out, oh, Stryper's new single. I'll check it out on YouTube, but it's Iron Stryper or Stryper Maiden for me is it's such a drastic change. I know he did the record with Tracy Guns, or not Sweet.
Stun bomb.
Yeah, he did the Sun Bomb record. And it's neat hearing him sing that. There's no doubt that he can sing that, but it just doesn't seem authentic to me. And
Yeah,
that's
it's not Michael. It's somebody writing songs and
yeah.
going, here you go.
And I'm like going like this just why doesn't this ever click for me? It should. The music's smoking. The musicians are more than capable. I think it's weird to see Perry Richardson playing metal because Perry
Yes.
Richardson is such a pop firehouse, and he did country music with
Yeah.
the Donkadonk guy, whatever his name is. And I so it's like, okay, we're gonna embrace this, and this is what we're doing. And we're just gonna get heavier every record. I mean, I'm not knocking it because my God, I would never knock anything those guys do because they are musicians. And there's no joking about that. It's not like when you see Tiger Tails try and go
Right.
fucking death metal. Then it's like, okay, you're doing this and it just doesn't feel
Yeah.
right. And Stryper, I feel like it doesn't click with me because it doesn't feel authentic because Patrick can't get outside of the box with Stryper.
Yeah.
You're
That's
still in
on
91.
me.
Fair. You're still in 1991.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'm still in 94.
You're still in, okay.
Like,
that's
I'm still
fair.
wanting all this in heaven too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. So
Let's
I gave this record 5 spins over the last week. A lot of listening. There's some great moments in it for sure. One of I loved the music to Transgressor, but I don't like hearing Michael Sweet doing the Wah! It's like, what are we doing here, Michael? Like, this is so outside the box for you. See No Evil, Hear No Evil had some good moments to it. I liked Near. I thought that was a good song. But it just, no matter how much I listened to it, I was like, well, this just isn't hitting with me.
Yeah.
But I give them all the credit in the world. I'm not knocking it. I'm not sitting here saying I didn't like it. I feel like if I was at a Stryper concert, I'd be bored out of my mind while that was being played because that just wouldn't hit with me.
That is fair. And that's like I said when I let off with this, that if you're used to that, you will struggle with this.
Yep.
Right.
And for me, I can remember way back, and if there's big Stryper fans like me listening to this, is when we were waiting for when Fallen came out, and the lead single was Yahweh. And that's when they kind of flicked the switch, because the first couple of outputs, like, so Reborn was actually a Michael Sweet solo record that was going to get dropped, and they stayed together, and they conveyed, well, it kind of sounds like Stryper, so they just re-recorded some stuff, slapped the Stryper name, there you go. Murder by Pride came out, which was very classic Stryper sound. And but then it's starting to get heavier. And so when Yahweh came out, I remember I downloaded it the day it came out, put it in my iPod, was going out to walk the dog, whatever I was doing, and I was listening to it. And my first thing was, what the hell is this? I don't know, guys. But then it's like it grows on you. And I made the switch, and now I adore Stryper 2.0. But I totally get, I don't want to say the casual fan, but
I'm the casual fan. That's fair
there
to
you
say.
go. The casual fan might just not get it, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
okay.
mean, I always listen to it when it comes out. It's not like I'm sitting here going
Yeah.
like, I'm out. It's
Yeah.
just, man, why? And it's not for a lack of, I want this to connect with me. And it just doesn't.
And that's, you know what? That's okay. So what I'm doing right now for you guys, and I don't know if I've sent this to either of you. I have with Patrick, but he just whatever. I'm going to send you guys, I'm going to send you my Stryper 2.0 playlist.
Super.
Okay.
And yeah, if I can figure out how you do that. Oh, there, share playlist. So I am going to send this to you guys. I'm doing it right now. And then it's kind of my favorites of all Stryper. I called it a Stryper 2.0. So you can get the highlights, what I think they are. And there you go. So it's on its way. If you have Apple Music, then it will load right
I do.
and kind of gives you the
Hey,
last
look
like
at that. Jason Reed just sent me something.
there you go. So that'll drop from your Apple and it'll be good. So yeah.
Awesome. Stryper 2.0. Perfect.
Jonesy, tell us about your record.
Okay. So my record is Marvelous 3, Ready, 6, Go. South Gang, of course, everybody I think knows the history, but Marvelous 3 is practically South Gang without the lead singer.
No Jesse Hart.
No Jesse Hart. I stumbled up on Marvelous 3. South Gang was a good band. I didn't consider them a great band by no means. I thought their stuff was okay. I thought their second record was better than their first record, but the first record, I think. But anyways, I just happened to stumble up. I'd read in Metal Edge that they had become the Floyd's Funk Revival, or then the Floyds, and then I heard they had done Marvelous 3, but I had never stumbled across it. And then I did stumble across it. And I think it come out in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And around that time, to me, there was not that much good stuff coming out. And this was, I don't know why, but this just hit me as just so poppy with an edge. And I turned into loving anything and everything that they done, even Butch Walker up to a point. I'm actually going to see Marvelous 3 here in about 2 or 3 weeks. They're coming to
nice.
So I cannot wait. I've never got to see them. I've seen Butch probably 15 times, but I have never seen Marvelous 3. Their first record I thought was fantastic. No, I shouldn't say that. Their first record was Math and Other Problems, and it's, to me, a forgettable record. I didn't like
it's awful. Yeah.
To me, I guess their second record was phenomenal. I loved it.
Hey album?
The Hey album. Yes, correct. The Hey album.
That had the hit, that was all over the radio.
Yeah, yeah. And I think they thought this one would too, because I think this is just as good, if not better, than the Hey record. For personally, I love it, and I didn't know if you guys knew it. A lot of people know Marvelous 3, a lot of people don't. So I just wanted to throw it out there. It's pop, it's rock, it's a little different. It definitely doesn't go into the hair band genre that they used to be.
I think it does in portions. I love this record. I got this record when it came out. And Little Head to me sounds exactly like, Butch Walker has never been able to shed some of his 80s metal roots.
Yeah.
but he doesn't like to acknowledge it, and he doesn't like to talk about it, and he refuses to do anything South Gang, which I think is really too bad, because if you're going to walk around and flaunt, yeah, I was in a hair band, and he, he had solo records where he had songs like "She Loves Hair Bands" and things like that, and you're like, okay, you're going to talk about it, but you refuse to acknowledge South Gang. And I know he had some beef with Jesse Hart and stuff like that, but whatever. But there are definitely on this record, there are pieces. Cigarette Lighter Love Song, which is one of the best ballads that I've ever heard, is an 80s rock ballad.
Yep.
And it's gorgeous. And there's, if you go on YouTube, there's an acoustic version that he does in a live setting on piano that is heartbreakingly good.
Yeah.
And he still plays that to this day. But there's so many nice elements where I think Marvelous 3 hurts a little bit, is that they embrace humor so much that sometimes it takes the credibility from the songs.
I can say that.
Having kind of laughable lyrics makes you kind of go, okay, this is too happy pappy, I can't take it seriously. But I love this record, and I love Sugar Buzz, and I love I'm Losing You, and I love I Could Change and You Could Change. And I mean, that's fantastic pop rock. I give this like a 9 out of 10. There's only like 2 songs that I just don't get down with. Tommy Lee makes the appearance, in there with his, that song knocked my dick in the dirt.
Right.
And stuff like that. And I've loved this record forever. This is my favorite Marvelous 3 record. As much as I like Freak of the Week, which was on MTV, which was cool to see Butch Walker on MTV in, whatever, 99, 98.
Right, yeah.
No other singles from that record took off, and this one just came and went like overnight.
It come out on vinyl long ago. They released all their record. Well, I say all those 2 records on vinyl, and of course, they had a red copy, a white copy, a blue copy. I bought everything. The orange copy of the Hay record, the gray copy, and then if you've not heard, they've got a new. Well, should it come out 2 years ago? Record. The Marvelous 3, 4. It's got its moments, but it is definitely not.
I didn't get into it at all. I was bored with it.
There's a couple on it that I liked, but other than that, it sounded to me more like a Butch solo record, and I've even strayed away from Butch.
His first record was Gold, and then after that, it was
that. Why?
Yeah, Letters was okay. It took a long time to grow on me, but after that, he was just all over the map.
Yeah. He tried to become Elvis Costello or something. I don't know. It didn't work for me. More power.
Lord Reed, what did you think of this?
Well, so I just knew the name Marvelous 3. Couldn't tell you a song, whatever. So I messaged you. I wrote them down, and then I was out on the golf course, and it was super long day. So I downloaded, and I sent you a message, Patrick. Are these the ones? Yeah, these are the ones. I said, okay. So I downloaded it. The first thing I do is look at the cover and go, well, okay, cover of the record.
I'm in.
Right. I said, because I didn't expect what I was gonna hear. I thought, oh, okay, this is gonna be like hair met, whatever, and it wasn't. But before I get into it, I'd like, open statement, open letter to Butch Walker. Suck it the fuck up and embrace your past.
Yeah.
Because there's too many artists that trying to have musical integrity and blah, 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 blah. The biggest one that admits openly to his mistake, and he did it on the stage when I saw him in June, was Mike Tramp. When Mike Tramp said, I tried to put the White Line stuff behind me, but it's my history, and here I am. He went into a really nice speech, and I was like, good for you. And now he's done, and you guys, Patrick especially knows, I love his White Lion rework stuff.
Love 3?
What's that?
Did you get volume 3?
Sorry?
Did you get volume 3?
Yeah, it's coming. It's probably on my phone. I don't think it's not even out until September, but I've got the first 2 singles downloaded. But anyway, I digress. So when artists do that, it really turns me off. Like, piss off, man. Yeah. Like, I like those 2 South Gang records. So rework a few songs, throw them into your set. You won't be sorry. And I'm telling you that as I should have been a record executive. But anyway. So For me, M3 it's that I called it, I don't know if there's an accurate, it's like power punk. It's Sum 41, it's Lit, it's Blink 182. It's in that stuff for me, and I'm okay with that. I didn't hate that shit. A lot of those bands had some really catchy stuff. They all sound the same, but that's okay
Mhm.
because the singles are the singles, right? Like we all had the mixed CDs back when it could
Oh
have been
yeah.
the same band, but it was 10 different bands and 10 different songs. But yeah, the lyrics are cheeky, and I'm okay with that too because it's an homage to 80s writing. Like you said, Little
Oh,
Head, great.
absolutely. You couldn't have said that better, Jason.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah,
homage to 80s power pop. Yeah.
yeah.
That he don't want to reference.
It's about a penis for God's sake. Like I'm
Right.
in, man. Like, why does music, and I don't understand, like I always had a problem with, like, sure, doing blow and partying and chasing women, sure, that was gonna get old as we got older, right? I just
Right.
wasn't ready. And it doesn't have to be serious, and I hate everything, and my life sucks, and my parents suck, whatever. So that power punk that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s with it was a breath of fresh air, and this falls into that. Little Head, about a dick. Grant Park, I really loved. I really
Oh yeah.
think if you listen to that and Glass Shattering Moment, I kind of think, and sorry, Mr. Cuomo, but dude, your song Beverly Hills completely lifted that fucking thing from Grant Park.
It absolutely did. I'm
Yeah.
so glad somebody finally fucking said it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
fucking lifted that and whatever, and your song was bigger. So write a check to Butch. Um, Get Over, really like the story about that. Supernatural Blonde was okay for me. I really dug Radio Tokyo a lot.
Calling Radio Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
I was
about
like,
yeah.
huh, just a weird song. And again, just like you
Very
said,
cheap trick.
Yeah.
the cigarette light, like, so it's like, well, you could have put that on a South Gang record pretty
Mhm.
easily.
Yeah.
But all in all, you know what? I liked it. I did. Will I
Great
buy it?
record.
No, I wouldn't buy a hard copy, but it's not going to get deleted from my Apple library on my phone. It's going to
Cool.
stay there so those songs can come in a mix down the line or
Yeah.
whatever. It was new to me. Well, listening to it, not the band wasn't new to me, but listening to it was new to me. And I'm one of these to say I didn't hate it. No, I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was a fun record, a fun listen.
Fun journey. Yeah.
Yeah. And Butch needs, like I said, like, just embrace your past, man. Like, because I know Jonesy, he's a big fan of your channel and he's a regular
Yeah.
watcher.
Yeah.
When you see this Butcher, when you see him and you're saying hello at the show, let him know. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Embrace your
Greg
past.
Jafria calls the guru and
Yeah,
Bushwalker calls Jonesy.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's right. So
Actually,
when Butch
Slug.
calls you,
Yeah.
Slug, yeah.
Yeah. Slug Mitchell. I done a Marvelous 3 video, I don't know, a couple months ago, and shared it, and Slug liked it.
That's all.
I don't,
That's a good
that's
feeling.
cool.
I don't know if he watched it, but he did like it. So
That's awesome. So now we move on to the mighty Misfits Famous Monsters. A glorious record. Fantastic record. I'm just looking at you, Jason, because I can tell you're gonna tear it apart.
he's
But I came
waiting.
across this because in 1997, the day before I moved away from Portland, Oregon for the rest of my life, I bought tickets to go see Megadeth in a little club on the Cryptic Writings tour. And when we got there, we had no idea who was opening that show. And as we stood in line, and the line wrapped all the way around the Roseland Theater in Portland, it was filled with all of these people wearing Misfits shirts. And we were like, son of a bitch. I knew that the Misfits had been a band that Glenn Danzig was in, but had no idea they'd gotten together. And the buzz amongst the crowd was, oh, they've got this new singer. It's shit. It's not the Misfits, blah, 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 blah. We get into the club, and about 20 minutes later, the Misfits went on. And I sat there with my mouth open the entire time like this. Because I'd never seen a stage show like that before. It was insane. The singer, Michael Graves, had jumped in the crowd, and he was running through the crowd like, 6,000 people with the microphone, and they were all singing Misfits songs. And I thought, this is fucking great. And all of these songs are sing-along songs, and there was nothing like I expected. They blew Megadeth off the stage easily. And I got on an airplane, flew to Vermont, didn't think anything about it ever again. Didn't even know that they had put a record out. And this, when I was a sophomore in college, came out right before Halloween, and I saw it in FYE, and I went, what the hell? I'll take a chance on it. And I was blown away. And this album became like the only thing I listened to for 6 months. It was so good. And I went and I bought the entire Misfits catalog. And now I have 5 different Misfits tattoos.
Wow.
I love this era. I love the Danzig era, but what I don't love is what they did after Michael left in 2000. And regardless of that, I still am to this day a diehard Misfits fan circa 2000. Everything they've done afterwards, I'm like, fuck that. But I love this record. It's fun. It's 2.5-minute songs that are catchy as hell, and I love Michael's vocals. He can play death metal or metal. He can sing. He can croon. Before we go and we'll listen to this record get destroyed by Jason, let's start with Jonesy.
Okay. I'm going to say I've never listened to the Misfits. I've heard of the Misfits. Why? I never was. I don't know why. About the only punk that I ever listened to was probably probably the Ramones. Is about the only punk I ever listened to. And to me, that's hit or miss. But when you told me this and I got it, I was already like, I don't know. But you're right. You had me from class, Famous Monsters. I don't know why our genre and horror movies go sort of hand in hand, but they do. I'm that same way. I love horror movies. I'm not a big gore fan or nothing like that, but I love horror movies and I got it. So when it opened up, you're exactly right. It's fun. I think this album is very fun. That is one good thing about punk. You're getting a 2-minute song and it's over. Whether you like it or not, it's 2 minutes and it's over.
Your sex life, Jonesy.
It's very much like my sex life. If I go 2 minutes, we're talking marathon there.
Okay.
We're gonna have to take a break.
That's right. You only get one shot too, because I'm going.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. So I love the little intro at first. The Forbidden Zone, to me, that sort of sounded classic punk. I liked it. I liked Lost in Space. I absolutely loved Dust to Dust. I thought that I loved it very much. Then it sort of hits a little space where I get Crawling Eye, Witch Hunt, and Scream. And I didn't much. There's a couple of them when the drum, and I guess because I'm a drummer, but when it gets into that, that's the reason I never liked thrash. I love heavy music, but I don't like so there was a couple of them moments in there that I didn't like. So I loved Saturday Night. I thought Saturday Night was a great song. I didn't like Pumpkinhead. I did not like Pumpkinhead. And Scarecrow was not much on Scarecrow. Die Monster Die, thought was fantastic. Loved that song. Living Hell was okay. Descending Angel. Them, same way, is a little too punk for me, a little too. But the best song on the record to me was Fiend Club.
Really? Wow.
I loved that song. I love that song. I loved Hunting Humans. Helena goes all over the place, but I liked it.
It's almost thrash, yeah.
Yeah, but there's parts of it. That's the part that I didn't like, and I apologize. You told me there was another song. Was it Devil?
1 Million Years BC, which is just insanely good.
I did not get a chance. I even wrote it down to do it, and I forgot. And but all in all, what I liked, I really liked. What I didn't like, I didn't really like it. But no, it was fun. What I loved, it was fun. I'm sort of like maybe I'll have to do like Jason did and make me a Misfits playlist.
I can do that.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, I'll wait for my text.
Jason, tell us all about your experience with Famous Monsters.
Okay. So the first thing you did, you download it, right? Just on your Apple. And I look and I just remember looking at it. I was like 18 songs, 44 minutes. So this okay. Well, this will be something. All right. So I look at the cover and go, okay, this is okay. Well, all right. It is the Misfits. I'm familiar. They're a little different. And so what I looked at is like a bunch of middle-aged guys in their 40s dressed in white makeup. Oh, wait, that's Kiss. I said, well, I said, hold on a second, because I remember the Kiss comparison and those things you say when they first came out in 74, when all they got just eviscerated in print. Like there's that one that's out there, I hope they save their money because this will go nowhere. Yeah. So it's just another thing. And they call it what? Horror punk. I don't even know what that is. That's like, okay, we're gonna do punk music with stage shows like Kiss and Alice Cooper in the set. That's what that's our thing. And it works for them, right? Mm-hmm. And it's punk and it's like angst, which people want. And like I said, I didn't hate it. I actually prefer this new singer because this is the second album they did, right?
Correct.
Because I've never been a massive Glenn Danzig fan, his voice. But I like this guy. So that's okay. So a lot of the songs I did, like same as Jonesy. Excuse me, Saturday Night, Die Monster Dies. Like, okay, not bad. Dust to Dust, I really liked it. I was like, pretty good stuff. Guy can sing. Okay. Yeah. And then, there's some other songs that, like you said, it's the thrashy stuff of the, and it's like, man, I've never been a fan of that kind of stuff because it's like, I've never found that. I'm not going to knock because I don't play an instrument, but I'm pretty sure that if I was at Jonesy's house and we were going to play some punk and we needed a drummer, I could go, well, here, Jonesy, give me the sticks. I'm sure I can figure this fucking out pretty quick.
I can go.
I can do that. I can do this and hit anyway, again, whatever. So you lose me on those kind of stuff. And, at least he can sing. It's not like, and Guru said it on his channel, the Cookie Monster vocals. I hate that. I'll never, ever convince me that's music because it's not.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you didn't like Pumpkinhead, but I liked the lyrics to Pumpkinhead.
If you've seen the movie, yeah. I mean, that's what this is all based on.
Right. So. And I would love to see that because it's the lyrics are so. I would love to see like a singer, and I can't believe this is going to come out of my mouth and Patrick's going to die. I would love to see Pumpkinhead take the lyrics and like Sabotage do it. Or Maiden do it. Like a singer, because it's a good story. Like it's a movie, right? So there you go. I'd like to see that done. Like I didn't hate it.
Perfect.
But I didn't keep it on my phone. It's not phone worthy.
It didn't even make the phone.
It didn't.
The one thing I will say that's shocking is my favorite Misfits song ever is on this record. And neither of you thought it was a great song. I love the song Scream. That is like my jam. I love that song.
And I have it right here. Here's what I thought of Scream is it starts. So here I am sitting. And I took a run. The dog got me up early this morning. And I was taking a quick run through like my highlight songs. I got to Scream and I thought a punk ballad, but then it ends up not being like the way it started. I was like, oh, we're going to do a fucking ballad. Oh, wait, it's not. So, but I mean, still it's, hey man, you got to say Iceman, if Jason didn't hate it, that's big for me. It's almost like
I'm pleasantly surprised with this. Like I said, this album was my foray into the Misfits, and I loved it, and I played it so much that like my roommate went out and bought it, and then my neighbor went out and bought it, and it was like everybody around that was in my circle became a fan of this record because they heard it so much.
I kept it on the phone. I definitely kept it on the phone, and I think it's I'm waiting for us to do one of these where I can hate something.
Yeah.
But
Stick with me. I'll tell you.
There's no filter there with
but
Jason.
I mean, just as less of time as we've known each other, I think our musical tastes are. We might like things over others that we,
Yes.
yay or nay. But I think our wheelhouse is the same. So if you like it, there's a good chance that, as Jason says, I won't hate it.
Right.
Yeah,
It's funny too, and we've already I just with this week is it, and I'm excited about this, Jonesy, because your channel, where other channels that I've guested on, we stick in the genre, but we're going to allow us to be outside of the genre, which I'm really excited about because believe it or not, and you guys are going to learn some stuff about me on these Saturday mornings, is that there's some stuff out there that's like, wow, Jason likes that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming,
Kelly
man.
Clarkson?
What's that? Hey,
Kelly Clarkson?
Kelly's a queen. I love it. It is no secret how much I love that woman.
There we go. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, that's what I don't want to pigeonhole us into
No.
into anything. And also I don't want to ride coattails or try to copy what the other guys are doing. That's
No.
their channels and which is fantastic because I watch every one of them. But if the guru comes out with a just say Guru comes out with a cruise show this week, I'm definitely not going to do a cruise show this week.
Right.
I don't want to, because you don't want to. Yeah, I just want to do what we do, and yes, it is music, but if we want to one week do something on horror movies or something on '80s movie, I don't care. I'm just about hanging out, and
we're hanging out in your garage talking
hanging out
music.
in the garage. Yeah,
The sweet tea. Yeah.
About the only thing I say I won't do is politics and religion. That's about it.
I'm in there with you.
It's going to lead, it's going to lead to a fight somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, should we, while we acknowledge that we will not be recording next weekend because of other pre-scheduled plans, that gives us 2 weeks to listen to something. So, with that being said, let's make our picks for next week.
Okay.
Or for next time. Let's start with the Jones.
Well, I was looking this morning, and I should have been a little bit more prepared, and I apologize. I was going through my playlists of artists, and I was trying to find something that wasn't like, something, I want to stay away from Poison and Warrant and Motley Crue. And I mean, everybody's heard all of that stuff, unless you start going into, some of the obscure, when I say obscure, Belly to Bellies, Ultraphobic, things that people don't know about. But I am wanting to, I just picked one. I'm going to go with 2012's Jackal, Best in Show.
Oh, wow. That as an album. I have never listened to Jackal. So, Jackal's Best in Show. What year was that?
2012.
I'll check it out.
They've got a cover or two on it. It's I'm not gonna lie. That's the reason I want to revisit it. I just seen it. I was like, I hadn't heard that in a while, so I want to revisit it myself. So, just that's where I went.
All right, Iceman, what you got for us?
Well, I can't call myself Patrick and say I'm honest with myself if I don't put probably my second favorite album that's ever been made out there. And this is not this is something I've preached on many a
You're
channel.
gonna make me listen to Subhuman Race, aren't you?
No, I'm not. That's my number one album of all time.
All right.
But this album I got for 99 cents in a bin, and over every studio album they've ever put out, this is my go-to for my second favorite band of all time.
Whoa.
1991, November 4th of 91. I even know the date that it came out. I will ask you folks to listen to Live Baby Live by INXS, the single greatest performance in live music history.
Looking forward to that.
That is my favorite fucking record that they ever did. He's the greatest frontman that ever lived in my book.
What was
Absolutely
the big
not.
one? What was the big NXS in the late 80s? Everybody
Oh, Kick?
Yeah,
Kick.
Kick. I've got it.
Yeah.
I used to wear that thing out. But after that, I never listened. Yeah, looking forward.
Well, this is from the X Tour, which was the following record. But it is an amazing performance, and I look forward to hearing what you think.
Cool.
Jason, are you going to shake us?
All right, we're going to do the Discog Shake, boys. Here we go.
Right.
A lot of shaking.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. Switch screens.
It always works so
difficulties. Oh, baby. Guys, we are going to do 2024's Velveteen Queen Consequence of the City. Oh, you guys will not be disappointed. I have 2 copies of this. I have one signed and on my wall of fame.
What was the name of the record again?
Consequence of the City, Velveteen Queen.
Cool. So
And
I was going to ask you, Jason.
Yeah.
Does that Discogs, like, if I have did you manually import all your stuff into Discogs, or will it?
No, the older stuff you have to, Jonesy, but if you look on the back of your CDs and your albums, if it's got a barcode, you just go to the front screen of Discogs and you can scan it and you pick which one it is. Like if there's a few variants, color, whatever, and it will I'll just hold on a second. So you go to the front page, which the search right up top there, and you just hit it. You hit the barcode there, and then it just
Yep.
And you just go to the barcode, and it'll just load it in for you, so it doesn't take very much time. If you have to manually do it, you got to pull the album out, and this is where I learned it. All those codes like ER dash whatever, it's all listed in there because there's so many different variants.
Yes.
If you care about pricing and all that shit, you want to pick the right one if you ever want to sell. But we're not selling our stuff, so.
Well, that's the way this works. Yeah, and I just had it forever. You can't play from it or anything like that. It's but I've got the I Collect Music, and it's the same way. You add by barcode, and it gives you a price, but I trust Discogs better. So I thought about moving all my stuff over, but damn, it's going to take a while.
What I like, here's what I really like about Discogs is that sure, prices probably are a little inflated and stuff, but the thing I like about it is you put your want list of what you're looking for and you get daily emails of who's maybe selling them. But my absolute favorite thing is if you've got a small community of people is you can share your Discog lists. So I have 2 of my buddies and my brother-in-law. Okay. And what's super cool is if you're traveling and you're in a record store, you can look up your friend's wish list, your wants, and pick something up for, hey man, I found this and it's on your list, and it's really cool. My brother-in-law and I do that a lot because he travels a lot and I do a little bit. So it's a neat feature. And then like you said, the Discog Shake is money because I have so many. How many times have we all stood in front of our vinyl rack or our CD rack and go, what am I going to listen to? And you pick something and popular that you've listened to 800 times. But I love when I'm home. Mornings I get up with the dogs, get my coffee, I get downstairs and I'll give it a shake. Oh yeah, and then I'll go and pick that one and throw it on. It's cool. I love it. And this is what we're doing Saturdays in your garage, Jonesy. The Discog Shake.
The Discog Shakes. I love it. I love it.
I can hardly wait for you guys to listen to this record. These guys are from overseas. Okay. And it rips. You're gonna love it.
Cool.
That's awesome.
That's great.
I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward for you guys to listen to the greatest frontman ever, Michael.
I'm looking forward to all of these. I really am.
I didn't know that Freddie Mercury fronted In Excess, but I will give it. Hey, I like In Excess, Patrick, so I will say many nice things because I really do like them. So
an incredible band.
and I remember, I don't know if it was a video or a single, but didn't they release Suicide Blonde as a single off this record?
They did, and it is
see.
the thing with that, and I'll just say this because I'll save it for the video, is that if you thought Suicide Blonde was good in the studio, you haven't heard it when it's got fucking some bang behind it with like the full force of playing live, and that song just grabs a whole new set of balls in the live environment.
I did like that song. I did like Suicide Blonde. Very good song.
About Kylie Minogue.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Well, guys, it's been a fantastic Saturday morning. Good way to start the weekend. Jason, Patrick, my brothers, love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the invite, boys. This Saturday thing is great. I really enjoy this. So everybody, you guys have a great we're gonna skip next week, everybody. So everybody enjoy their Labor Day, and we'll be back that second Saturday, I guess, in September.
Perfect.
Sounds great. Couldn't said it better myself. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.